What is going on, everybody? It's your host, Damojime, and I'm here with a video. I want to make this video, you know, I didn't think about it too much. Oh, well, I did want to make a video for Christmas, but I didn't get a chance to really record it fast enough for me to, like, put it out for Christmas stuff, because, Jesus Christ, it's absolutely terrifying trying to make a video on Christmas. I'm not trying to copy off PewDiePie. I know he made a 2017 review, but I kind of already had the mindset of doing it. I just didn't know when, and I didn't have enough time. So, you know, I'm not copying. I had the idea. I just didn't initiate on the idea, and now it looks like I'm a copycat. I'm sorry. 2017 was just not a really good year. I don't want to say it was a terrible year. It was a bad year. It was the worst year, because I've had worse years. Like, I've had moments where it's just absolutely terrible and stuff, and like when I compare 2017 to those years, yeah, it's bad, but it's not that bad, you know. I kind of wanted to talk about it though, like talk about what's been going on with my life for 2017 and stuff. I probably might talk about from like monthly, from month to month to month to month to month, just because it's organized that way. So in January, when I started this year, you know, it was odd. It was very odd because so many things was happening at the same time of me, you know, doing everything. You know, I was in college, but I was leaving college because you know, financial issues and stuff. I was connecting with friends, but also losing friends. At first, in the very beginning, I was moving on from someone, and then I reacquainted myself with that someone. Do I regret that? No, I don't. But, you know, that's what happened. You know, I was at the very beginning, I was moving on to, you know, thinking about myself and stuff, and then I kind of I took like 4 steps forward, but like 5 steps back, and kind of put myself back at square one again. And I was just like, oh, this is not smart. At that time, you know, I was very depressed because, you know, I had to leave college, and that was probably like the saddest thing in my entire life. And I feel like if that didn't happen, a lot of positivity would have came out of that. You know, if I still was in college at that time period for that second semester, oh fuck yeah, a lot of really good things would have happened. If I stayed in college during that area, but I couldn't. In February, you know, I was still dealing with a lot of depression because I was just like, man, I'm not back there. I'm all alone. They probably forgot about me, because at the time period, a lot of the people that I was hanging out with at that time just stopped talking to me, like overall, except for like maybe 3 people. 3 people actually, you know, took their time out of the day to say hi or call me or something to make sure I was doing all fine, you know. And those people I'm still friends with, actually. Those 3 people were like the ones that, you know, wanted to have something, well, at least show that they cared and stuff. And, you know, they put their money where their mouth is and say, oh, we're friends, so I'm gonna prove that we're friends by talking to you, even though you're all the way far away. And not saying the other ones didn't care, but they didn't show it as much as the other ones did. And that's, I don't know, I feel like actions speak louder than words. And it does speak louder than words, because then you could tell whether if someone cares enough about you to this point, or they care enough about you to that point, you know. February, I also started dating Steph. That was pretty interesting of how that started, but it was a thing, a change of pace, you know. But I also started losing friends because of me dating Steph. You know, they gave me an ultimatum, and I think I've made a video at that time period where I was saying I hate ultimatums, because I don't like that. I don't like when I'm put at a point where I gotta choose between this or this and stuff, and that kind of put me in a really shitty spot, because I was just like, fuck, what do I do, you know? And I was sitting there in depression. Depression was mad high at that point. I think I was at my all-time highest on suicide level. You know, didn't get a chance to please everyone. Everyone's mad at me, or someone's mad at me, or just a group of people are mad at me, or like another group of people are mad at me. You know, it's just, there's a lot of things that were going on in there, and I felt like absolute fucking garbage. And I was just like, man, if I just died, it'd be fucking great right now. It's just over. In March, I think everything started to get even more worse, because at that point, that's when my bro Antonio stopped visiting. Will stop coming over here and stuff, because I got him I gave him the Xbox One that he wanted. You know, I was gonna give him an Assassin's Creed one that had Assassin's Creed Unity installed in there and 4, but for some reason he didn't choose that one. He wanted the other plain one. He could have uninstalled it. He just would have always had the game. But no, I'm not gonna judge him. I'm not gonna judge him. But you're a fucking idiot. But I gave him his Xbox One, and after that, he just kind of stopped being over here. Not saying, like, he was just there for the Xbox One and then he left. No. We still keep in contact. We can actually talk on a daily fucking basis. But it's just he doesn't come over here. And then, I think he was during his winter break. He stayed over here for, like, a fucking full-on week. And that was, like, probably one of the most funnest experiences I've ever had in my entire life, because it was a full week dedicated to game session. Like, I've never had a full week dedicated to full-on gaming, but holy shit, we had a full week dedicated to full-on gaming. Like, I had my screen, he had his screen. We were playing Overwatch for a full fucking week playing. No, we were just playing a bunch of games. And he had his Xbox One, I had my Xbox One, because I have multiple screens in my room. I have like at least like 1, 2, and then I have a third one somewhere, but I have absolutely no idea where it's at. At that point, it was really great, you know. I was still dating stuff, and that was fun. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go visit her. And that's what I was doing. I was visiting her and stuff. The group of friends that I was with, just started to, you know, I started to distance myself from them. They didn't distance themselves from me. I distanced myself from them because I didn't want to feel like a burden. You know, I was just like, man, I don't want to feel like a burden. I don't want these people to feel like they have to be friends with me, even though they don't like the person I'm dating and stuff. So I just started to, you know, push myself away so then they could, you know, move away. I don't know. Like, I didn't want them to go, but I felt like that was the best choice, honestly, for like just for peace sake. Because I always said it, and now people are like, no, you don't want it. Well, actually, not a lot. There was one person that kept telling me that I didn't actually want peace. I just wanted whatever I wanted, and that was it. But that wasn't truly the case. It was more like I wanted peace, but the only way I saw peace was to avoid the people that I was friends with. I mean, in the end, I wasn't wrong. But I'm saying from that situation I put myself into, though. At that point, the only thing I was actually possibly able to make friendship or make peace was for that to happen. March was pretty bad with that whole friendship group thing, because at that point I was like, well, these people aren't my friends. Or they kept thinking that we were, but I just didn't think we were at that point, because I was just like, they don't want to talk to me anymore. Like, they never took the initiation to message me, even though I would take the initiation to message them. And they were like, you know, their only reason, I was about to say excuse, but it's not an excuse. The only reason was they were busy. But the thing was, it was just like, at the time, I was just like, I can't believe that you're busy, because, you know, these other people here, you know, who are messaging me and calling me and texting me and making sure that I'm all right, are also at the same place that you are, and you can't say hi, you know. And it's just, I just felt like, you know what, fuck it. It's no point of me trying to reach out to someone who doesn't reach out to people that don't want to reach out to me and stuff. And that's kind of where I was at. I was just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not gonna try to reach out anymore. So then April hits. I visit Steph twice in the same month, actually. I visited her, I think, halfway through the month, and then at the end. The first one, they didn't know that I was coming, and they were like, why didn't you say anything? Well, because no one tried to reach out to me, so why should I try to reach out to anyone else? And that's how it felt, and that's how I feel now. Like, I don't want to kiss someone's ass. I don't, and I won't. You know, I may be a people pleaser, but I'm also human with decent common sense now. And at that point, I also had a decent common sense of, you know, if they don't want to try, then why should I, you know? And that's what happened. That's how I felt. I was just like, they didn't care, so why the fuck should I care? And I didn't tell them. I didn't tell them at all. I didn't tell them that I was coming. I didn't tell them I was visiting. I told the people that messaged me on a daily basis and, you know, checked up on me, I told them that I was coming, but I didn't tell anyone else, because I didn't care. They at that point, it was over as a friendship, but I guess it wasn't. I also made someone really, really mad that day, or that time, that month, because when I visited, I saw her, and then I didn't say anything to her. I just walked past her. Well, granted, the last time that we talked was via texting, and she gave me an ultimatum, and then she said, you already made your choice, I'm done, goodbye, and then she stopped talking to me. And then when I came up there, she kind of expected me to say something or whatever. I already thought that the friendship was over. I really did, but I guess not. I didn't understand. I didn't fully understand. So I was just like, all right, whatever, man. Whatever. I won't even try to fight this. Then then I talked to her. I actually ended up talking to her later, and then she was just like, her boyfriend was mad at me for disrespecting her. That's what it was, for disrespecting her and stuff. And it didn't seem that way, because when I visited him, when the group asked, two people was in the same room, and they asked me to come over, and they said they won't talk about stuff, so they wouldn't be a whole conversation and stuff. And I was like, okay. And I went over and stuff, and I hung out with them for a bit. It was fun, and I had a good time, because we were watching some guy who makes like Basically, he makes like 7-second videos, but it's just like the funniest shit in the fucking world. And the way he sings with it too, so it's just like absolutely random. I don't remember his name. I hope like while I'm editing this video, I just like fade in the transition to like the name of his channel and stuff. But I absolutely love it. But you know, it didn't even seem like that. It didn't seem like he was mad at me or anything like that. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. Maybe she was putting words in his mouth. Maybe she wasn't. I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't read his mind. At the time when I was there, it was all good. But then we made like an agreement. The three of us was like made an agreement like we'd have like a whole cool dinner and stuff. But I had plans during that day because I was visiting Steph. That was kind of one of the main reasons why I came there was because I was visiting Steph. So I was like, yeah, I'll go worry about my girlfriend. And we hung out and we had fun and stuff. And then I absolutely forgot all about it because my mind wasn't on it at the time. You know, my mind was just wrapped around a bunch of other things. At the time, I was also having family issues and stuff because if you guys don't know, my mom is now moving for reasons about relationships and stuff. It's all bad. It's all bad. It's just bad. But that was happening at the same time, and I was getting messaged by the significant other, and he was bothering me, and my mom was mad at him for bothering me because it had nothing to do with me. It had something to do between them two, and you know, I was just annoyed. I was absolutely annoyed because I was being bothered during that whole thing. And I was just like, I don't have time for this. I came here to get away from this. And the fact that I still have to deal with this shit while I'm far away is just BS. I never really talk about that, but that's because I don't like talking about family too much. But fuck it, who cares? But yeah, I was just so distracted because I kept getting phone calls and text messages and all this shit, being bothered. Hey, can you tell your mom this? Hey, can you tell him this? Hey, can you tell your mom this? Hey, can you tell her this? And it's just annoying. Just annoying. I hated it so fucking much. And then he broke the TV. Oh my god. That was oh my god. That was the saddest day in our entire life. I made a video on that. He broke the TV and I made a video on that. That was just absolutely fucking phenomenal. Yeah, my mind wasn't on it and I absolutely forgot it. And then I was getting different reasons on why people were mad at me because of that, about the whole dinner thing. One said they were mad because I promised that I'd be there and I didn't show up. Another one said it wasn't for me. Another one said, why are you treating us like this or something like that. It was just so much in one, and I quit. I truly just quit. I was like, no, I'm not dealing with this. I can't. My mind is already in a fucked state. I'm not going to try to push it any further. So I did try to gain peace in that, but I said, fuck it at this point. I was like, it's nothing really try to do anything. So I stopped talking to the group. I left all the group chats and stuff. I was like, I'm just going to be alone. I'm going to hang out with my bro Antonio since it's the summer. Well, it's going to the summer. And I'm just going to do my own thing. Granted, Antonio's sister she wasn't born. Was she born? I don't know if she was born by then. Well, we were hitting May. But, you know, at the same time, I also went to see Foreigner with Steph. That was pretty cool. May happened. Well, May this summer basically was just nothing too much. The only cool thing about the summer really for me was the fact that my siblings all left the house and it was just me and my mom in the house. It was absolutely fucking phenomenal. My little sister was with her grandma. My brother was with his dad. My sister she was visiting Bloomsburg. She was staying there for the summer and stuff. It was awesome. It was absolutely fucking awesome because I had the house basically, and my mom was working, so I was like, it was just absolutely fucking amazing. Now, at that point, I was starting to become content without having those group of friends anymore. I was starting to be adjusted with. I was like, you know what? They're better off without me. I'm better off without them. Let's just leave it at that. And that's how I was leaving it. But I guess I didn't really make that official or anything like that. So I don't know. Then we had moments where we talked and then we didn't talk and stuff. You know, it was all weird. September comes. Then me and Steph break up in September. I hit massive. Well, was it massive depression? Yeah, it was massive depression followed by a relapse. Or was it? Is it relapse? Yeah, it was relapse. Because I started drinking again, but then I stopped. Well, I started drinking again and having a lot of sex, and then I stopped. And then I had a moment where I was just like, no, I don't like this. I don't like who I've becoming. I don't like this. I don't like this, you know. And I stopped drinking for a whole month. I was just like, I'm done. I started to, you know, worry a little bit more about YouTube and stuff. Streamed a lot. Oh, granted, holy shit, over this year I streamed so much. More than half my videos this year is only streaming. which means I did so well this year on YouTube. Like, absolutely, I did absolutely fucking amazing this year. All thanks to you guys. I did absolutely amazing. Thank you. I was content. I was like, okay, I'm happy, you know? I'm doing my own thing. I'm not worrying about anyone else. I'm worrying about me. I'm doing me. You know, I'm doing better for myself. And then I was just like, you know what? I don't want to die. I don't have a reason to. I suicidal thought by that time, and like early October, I was like, yeah, I don't want to kill myself. I don't have any reason. I like life. I enjoy it. It took a lot of shit to fucking get there, but it got there. Over this course of time as well, I started becoming really close friends with Ami. That's a friend of mine. Some people don't like her, some people do. I became close friends with her because she helped me. She listened to me when I was venting and stuff, and that's why I became really, really close with her, because she allowed me to vent and like express my emotions without really fully judging me, or, you know, she just listened, and, you know, she just listened, and that's kind of what I just needed, was just a listening ear. Granted, I had people to listen, but they were, I don't know, in my mind, they were very judgmental people, so I was just like, nah, don't listen, don't do that, don't do it, keep it to yourself, don't talk about that. At this point in time, I also deleted everyone off of Facebook, because it's like, you know what, fuck it, the best way of just eliminating that is just fuck Facebook. And if I was just like, if I get myself to run off social media, if I just stop doing it, just stop giving a fuck about Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, all that shit. If I just stop, well, Twitter, there's no toxicity of all that shit in Twitter. Twitter's been like the only blessing so far. It's like, yes, this is all good. But the rest of them just bad for me. And I was like, you know what? If I delete everyone, if I just unfriend them, I'm like, you know, no, unfriend them. If I did all that, it would get me to stay away from it, because it's less entertainment for me. And I'm like, okay, I don't have a reason to be on there. And I was fucking right. I was absolutely fucking right. Granted, I didn't have to really do that thing for Instagram or Snap. Well, I did do it for Snapchat, but I didn't do it for Instagram because I don't use Instagram that much anyway. Now I do. I use a little bit more, only because why not? But I didn't use it before. You know, I really didn't. If you even checked, like, the fucking gap between when I posted something and I didn't, it's just insane. I think only recently I started posting shit because of fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, that was only the reason. Then, when it comes to Snapchat, I really don't use that either. I kind of pushed myself off because the people that I was talking to so much that made it entertaining for me to stay on there. I got rid of them. I unfriended them. I did all that shit. I was like, no. Granted, some of them people came back. Some of the people came back, friended me and everything, and started talking to me on their own. I didn't do any of that shit. I let them come to me. I wasn't gonna kiss anyone's ass anymore. I was like, you know what? I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done. I was just at my own. I was at a point where I was just not happy with life, and then I just kind of transformed it to saying, I like life. I do. I want to keep living, because I got something to prove to myself, that I want to be the best version of me as possible, you know? Because at the point I was really pessimistic. And I think that was taking me over the course of summer, because I felt so alone and trapped. But I only had one person to talk to and who would listen to me, and that was Ami. So thank you. If Ami ever watches this video, thank you. When me and Steph broke up, that was like the last time I talked to that group of friends or whatever. I stopped talking to them because, you know, I don't know. I wanted to be done. I wanted everything to be done. I wanted to stop talking to people that didn't want anything to do with me. I wanted to just be to myself, you know. I just wanted to collect my thoughts. And, you know, a lot of people were just bashing me for, like, saying, like, for your choices, like, you're such a fucking idiot. You did this even though you knew that this would happen. You didn't listen to anyone. You asked for advice and then you didn't follow it. You know, fuck you, man. You're fucking retarded, dude. Fuck you, you know. And you know, just hearing all that shit over and over again, it gets to you. It makes you piss the fuck off eventually. And at a point, I mean, like, while reading all these messages and stuff and all these texts, I was drinking my ass off. I was just, whoo, I needed to stop. It was a good thing I did stop, but holy fuck, reading these messages, I was like, yeah, you're right, man. You know, you're right. You're right, man. You're right. Granted, I'm surprised I could type to anyone. There was one person that happened to call me, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have that mentality change. But my bro from high school, Carell, he called me. So more specifically, video chatted me, just to see exactly what I was doing and stuff. And, you know, he listened to me. He talked to me. He gave me the most helpful advice in the fucking world. Like, holy shit. Like, he just gave me the best, because he was the only person that truly understood how I was feeling at that point of time, you know? Because he was engaged. And then I think that just didn't work out. And he told me how he felt and everything, and he told me everything. And it was just like, how can people give you advice when they've never been in that same situation? They've never been in that situation, you know? But the fact that he was in that situation and he understood how I felt, I was just like, thank you. I feel some gratitude because someone understands how I'm feeling and shit. So, you know, because of that, it started to get my mind going. I'm like, you know what? It's time for me to make a change for myself. And I did. I made a great change from earlier year me to now me. I'm very proud of myself. I went through a lot of shit, but I did come out pretty all right. 2017 wasn't the greatest year, but it was a transformation year for me, and I'm really happy with it. Well, October, I went back to dating my ex, Nicole. She broke up because there was multiple things, but the first thing was her family doesn't like me. Understandable. Who would? And then what else happened? She started to grab feelings for her ex, whose ironically name is Dante, and that's really weird because my name is Deontay, and I just always thought that was fucking creepy. I was like, that's a little fucking weird. But anyway, I only went back to her because when I was dating Steph was like, hey, you should, you know, it's weird, it's kind of stupid that you don't want to, you know, be friends with your exes and stuff. I was just like, it's just, I know how it is for me for whenever I go back to being friends with the next, and this is why I don't do it, is because my fucking feelings for them rekindle. Like, it's just like, whoosh, and it's just right there, it's like a ball of fire, just like burning in my chest. And it was just annoying as fuck, and I didn't like it, and I was just like, I knew this was gonna happen. I knew that this shit right here was gonna happen, and it did. I did talk to someone among that group, who I realized I wrongly blamed for all the shit. Like, I blamed everyone equally. Whoever was ever in that group, they all got blamed for everything equally, which was wrong of me. You know, I should blame the right people for what they did. I think I should take responsibility for my own actions and stuff. And yeah, it was dumb for me to, you know, not listen to anyone. But at the same time, you can't really expect someone to just not question or be curious of what would happen, you know. And I'm always that kind of person. I would like to be curious, you know. I like to know what could happen. Like, hypothetically, what would happen? Like, it's not hypothetically if I actually testing it out, but I ended up testing it out, and they just weren't happy with that. But I blamed him, and I felt really bad. And I talked to him because after I realized, after this whole relapse shit and everything, I realized I wrongly blamed him for a lot of shit, you know. I blamed him for everything. I stopped talking to him. I just, you know, cut him all off, and I felt like I was just like, man, it's a real dick move. It's a real dick move, you know. You don't just blame someone for everything that everyone else has done. Granted, he played some small portion of the part, but he gave me advice. It wasn't like, you know, he gave me advice and I didn't listen to it. That was it. But just because, like, unlike the others where they gave me advice and then cussed me the fuck out for not taking their advice and doing exactly what they said to do, he didn't get mad at me. You know, he wasn't pissed off, angry. He was just annoyed, but he wasn't absolutely like, fuck this guy. You know, I'm happy with myself. You know, I came out of it single, yeah, but I mean, I started this year off single in the first place, so I'm gonna come out of it single. But that's not really like a big problem to be single, really. I guess I didn't really adjust to that. Like, I don't usually like to be single. I don't, you know, because I feel like I'm wasting time. But if it means that I can improve on myself, then I'll take the time off from dating and just doing everything that's like around there just to improve on myself, to make myself an even better person. I did learn some shit about myself, you know. I'm now friends again with Steph. That's fun. I actually don't mind it. I actually do like it, being friends with her again, because before we did it, we were pretty cool friends. So it's cool that, you know, we're back to friendship and stuff. But I learned a lot of things about myself too. I learned that I'm overall a pretty good person. I make some stupid decisions, but I come with good intention. Whether that's for other people or for the majority, or for the little guy. Sometimes for the little guy. You know, but I'm overall a good person. When it comes to dating, I have ideal traits. I do have ideal traits of dating and stuff. You know, I'm pretty proud of that. I mean, recently now because like I said this before, after the whole Steph thing, I started to rekindle with my emotions and stuff. Like, what's wrong with me? And I started to be like, start having feelings and shit. And because of that, you know, I never felt any better because now I know how I fucking feel and I know how to explain it. I have a way to putting my feelings into words, and I'm like, I can tell other people, and I know what I mean. I learned that a lot of people that didn't want me to date Steph were trying to tell me that I deserve, quote unquote, better. You know, I deserve to be with someone that is as good as I am. The problem with that is I don't want someone as good as I am, because a person as good as I am, doesn't need me, and I don't need them, because like, well, I do kind of need them, but Jesus Christ, I'm dying. But yeah, they don't need me. They don't need me, you know, because they have the confidence to be to themselves. You know, they can be good to themselves and stuff. They can treat themselves right. You know, they know how to live life to the fucking fullest and be happy with it. They're content, they're chill, they're awesome, they're a great friend. But they don't need me. And that's something that I don't want to give up on. Although a lot, although I've actually talked to a couple exes about this, I don't want to give up on those people that have low self-esteem, that don't like themselves, that are suicidal, because I want to help them, even in much ways as I possibly can. I want to help them. I don't like to see people be suicidal. I like to see people happy. I've always been that way. You know, I don't like to see other people being upset. I don't like that shit at all. It pisses me the fuck off, and I blame myself in every irrational way possible. And that's inspiration, because then I'm like, fix this shit. You got the skills. You got the abilities. Fix it. Make that person happy. And whatever it takes, do it. Make them happy. Because if they're happy, you're happy. See that? It works all in full circle. Full circle. But yeah, I want to push myself into this new region. Or I want to keep, I still want to date the same type of females that I do date, because I do like them. You know, they appreciate me more than the female that would have a high self-esteem. Usually females with high self-esteem are kind of conceited, and I don't like that. That's a trait that I can't stand. I can't stand it, because I'm like, how are you gonna appreciate me then? My job as a boyfriend is to boost you up when you need boosting. How can I boost someone who can't be boosted? Like, you're higher than me. Like, what the fuck? I don't want that. I don't want that. So, you know, I'll stick with the ladies that I try to go for, even if it means it just goes into the long running of an end. Eventually, one of them will not give up on me and just let me do what I do best, make them happy. I want that, and I'm gonna fight for it. I'm gonna fight for it fucking good. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here, because I know that it's been pretty long. It's a 40-minute video. Holy fuck. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like whenever you did. Subscribe if you're brand new. And Demo Time Rewind will be here on the 31st of December. I hope between 8 p.m. and 6 p.m. Like 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. I don't know why I said 8 p.m. and 6. That's so backwards. But 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Right around that margin. I hope that it's done. If it's not, it'll be a little later. But it still will be on the 31st. So look out on the 31st for Demo Time Rewind. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.